What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Coop. So, Forsaken has been out for like a month. And it's strange that we're seeing people on the forum still complaining about the game. So I thought it would be interesting to address why people are still upset. And I think the best way to do this is to look at the amazing social scientist Robert Axelrod and this experiment he did over a vast number of years. And the amount of people he used for this experiment was just astronomical. The results gave us terms like tit for tat. I don't know if you guys have heard that, It's kind of like eye for an eye, but a little bit different. And this all came out of this experiment that was known as the prisoner's dilemma, okay? Now, prisoner's dilemma said if you took two people and you put them in two separate holding rooms, there could be four possible outcomes, okay? Two prisoners. Person A rats on person B, in which case person A gets a reward and goes free. Person B goes back to jail. Person B rats on person A, in which case person B goes free and person A goes back to jail. They both rat on each other. They both go back to jail. Neither of them rat. Neither of them get a reward, but they both get to go free. That is the general idea of this game or this experiment of Prisoner's Dilemma. So all these intellectuals wanted to participate and sent in what they thought would be the best outcome, the most common outcome, and what would be the best for individuals and groups of people, in general. They put all this into some computer algorithm, or Axelrod did, and the results came out with tit for tat, which is, if in one round they both cooperate, they're very likely to cooperate the next round. But if in one round person A screws person B, the next round person B is likely to screw person A. And this is tit for tat. Okay, so you do something to me, I will do something back to you. This makes it less likely that you will keep abusing me thinking I will just take it. Now, they also realize that sometimes these things can get confused. Sometimes you can think, oh, this person just screwed me. But they really didn't. Person A cooperated, but person B believed that they did not cooperate. So then, the next round, person B screws person A, and person A is like, whoa, I cooperated, and you screwed me, Brahim. What's going on? And then the next time, he's like, I'm going to screw you back. So he does. And then person B's like, whoa, I got screwed twice. Now I got to screw you twice. And this can go on endlessly, like the Hatfields and the McCoys. I believe they made a documentary, like a limited series or something on History Channel or something about the Hatfields and McCoys. And it was this family that had a rivalry that lasted like 1,000 years. Not really that long, but it was ridiculous. It was something like the great-great-great-granddad did. And his grandchildren, 100 years later, were still fighting about it, whatever it was. Now, to give you an idea of how tit for tat works, it's like I was in boot camp. And this is a true story, okay? And everyone was running around slapping each other in the nuts, okay? And I did not play that game. I let them know I'm not about that life, okay? But one dude who had teardrop tattoos on his face and stuff, he decided maybe I really did. And I had warned everybody. I'm wearing ranger panties, okay? We all are, dude. We're in the barracks. That's what you had to wear. These little silky, tiny shorts. Everything's just hanging. He comes up behind me and slaps me in the nuts so hard, dude. My eyeball sucked back in its socket half an inch. It was not only that, but it felt like two piano strings just got pulled where I would have ovaries. If I had ovaries, that's where they would be. Something cramped inside of my body. It felt like they shriveled into raisins, whatever that was. My balls flew up so high, I thought they were going to wrap around my shoulder, but they didn't. They just slapped on my stomach. And it was like a cartoon, this slow slide down. At which point it was like a bungee cord holding coconuts, just a slow motion fall, descent, bloom, bloom, bounce. Now clearly I'm exaggerating, but dude, it was extremely hard. And I was going to get him back. There was no option. I couldn't move for a minute because my knees decided to push into each other, start making out suddenly. I don't know why you go pigeon-toed when you get hit in the nuts, but you do. So to get him back, I decided he's a master at arms. He's going to have to go turn off the lights in this bathroom. So I went in there and waited for him. He came through the doorway and boom, dude. I punched him in his junk as hard as I could. Punched him square in the dick. And that's something I have never done before. Not before or since. Because, it's kind of against the rules. But the rules, this is a different game. You do that, that's what's going to happen. This dude let out such a high-pitched scream. I've never heard anything like it in my whole life. Dude, I thought the toilets, the porcelain toilets were going to shatter. All the mirrors were going to shatter. The drill sergeants came running in. Dude, he had tears squirting out of his eyes. Some Nick at Night stuff. They came running in. Of course, he did not tell, because what's he going to say? Well, I was slapping everybody's, crotch, and then someone hit me, and so I'm screaming and crying. He couldn't do it, which was the correct thing. This is tit for tat. You do something to me, I do something back to you. We both understand we're capable of harming each other, so we just don't do anything like that. Now, forgivable tit for tat is different, because forgivable tit for tat, like I said, means you could misunderstand the situation. So maybe me and this guy had been hanging out for a long time and he just bumped into me. I might think, oh, that was an accident, But if this is the first time we see each other and he just walks up and accidentally bumps into my crotch, probably wouldn't believe it. Anyways, in this situation, he wouldn't have been forgiven anyway. But this is what we see with Bungie, okay? They made Halo. They made all these awesome games. The community is sitting there thinking, we trust you. We've been in a positive relationship with you for long enough that we don't have to be in this tit for tat mode. We can go into this forgivable tit for tat mode. So Destiny came out and we're like, oh, this isn't really a complete game, but you made all the stuff with Halo, so this is a mistake. The wires are just crossed. You're not purposefully trying to screw us. Taken King came out, and a lot of people are like, okay, so we were right. This was just a mistake. It's not like Bungie has any real animus towards the community or anything like that. Well, fast forward a year or two, then we have Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 is a game where you fight a giant mole rat as the boss, okay? A lot of people were mad. Now this seemed like, okay, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's what people were thinking. Now we've gone to tit for tat because we've gotten out of the forgiveness mode. I'm not going to think when the wires are crossed anymore. And once we went to tit for tat again, you saw a lot of people leaving. Because Curse of Osiris came out. Oh, worst DLC ever made for any video game, okay? Terrible, terrible, terrible. You had the XP throttling thing. You had a whole bunch of issues with the Eververse, events. These kept on seeming like each iteration, one side screwed the other, and this side just so happens to be made up of an entire community of people. So every time this side gets screwed, they have no way of retaliating directly, as though they can't be like, well, I'm going to send you bad content too. So they just leave. They're like, I just won't give you more money. I won't help your IP grow. I will help it shrink by leaving, as though this is a way of getting back, of reciprocal, I guess, what would you say, animosity in a way. This eventually leads us to the time when Forsaken's coming out, when a huge portion, over half of the community has left the game. A lot of them came back for Forsaken, even though they were upset because it looked like, okay, maybe you've done enough good here that it makes up for however many number of bad things you've done in a row. Now, for some people, it's not enough, okay? Because as forgivable tit for tat, or tit for tat would imply, you do something to me, I do something back to you. If you do something to me twice, I do something back to you twice. So them doing one good thing after doing 10 bad things, a lot of people see it in those terms. They're not like averaging together where these are 10 smaller bad things and this is like one really big good thing. They're not really averaging it that way. It's more like you've kind of proven yourself to be distrustworthy. So I'm going to need more than one round of cooperation in order to get along with you. And this is, I think, the best way to explain what is going on with Destiny. So when you go on the forums and you see these people, which you inevitably will if you go to the forums on Bungie.net, or if you've ever been to a site called Reddit, either of those things, you're going to see a lot of people, and they're just very pissed off, still very pissed off. In fact, they're pissed off that people even play the game at all. Now, I can't really say these people are wrong. I mean, I'm enjoying Destiny just fine. Not like Destiny 1 enjoying it, but I think it's much, much better than it was, obviously, before. And I do understand, based on, I guess, the model of tit for tat, why people feel that they should still remain angry. And even if they don't feel that they should, they just really can't help it. It's difficult to trust someone after that long of a period of time. I think the only solution, because I do believe if you're going to state a problem, you better state a solution of some kind. I think the only solution here is really to give it more time. Destiny or Bungie is going to have to deliver on this entire year pass, pretty significantly. I'm not saying with huge, massive DLC drops and stuff like that, but cool, positive, interesting, interactive, just the whole thing. Content, not this Curse of Osiris stuff where you got a dude dressed up like a rooster, like running into triangles. Like, nope. You got to do more than that, Brohim. Something cool, something significant of substance. Anyways, if that happens, then I feel like there will be enough cooperation in a row. Consecutive cooperation leads to forgivable tit for tat. And we will return to that soon, so long as we keep getting the cooperation. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I will be back soon with another video. Peace.